everyone, it's Dawn here, and now I want to cut the mattress. I started to do it already. I pulled off this cover and then pulled off, I had to cut this, but that's fine. I'll sew it back together again when we're done. It didn't seem like I had any choice. I had to just cut it. And then we're left with this. So this is nice and soft and comfy, and when I lay on it, I squish down. This stuff is super firm, and it does not. My body is not enough to squish this down. So overall, this mattress is not that comfortable. I don't like it. I'm hoping that once I put my toppers on and stuff like that, it'll be way more comfortable, but it's what I got. So I started already. I figured that I want to remove, because the wood is here, and then it actually ends here. And so I figured I'd give myself a little bit of a buffer, but I wanted 5 inches taken off here. So I measured 5 inches, and then I just cut with this, which doesn't do very well when you do like this, but when you stab it in, then it actually stabs in very nicely. So I started having fun making stab marks 5 inches in all the way down, just as a little marker for me that is 5 inches. And then my weapon of choice is gonna be this thing. And this is a hot wand foam cutter, foam thing. It's like a hot knife. So we're gonna use this, and it came with a whole kit, and there were all these different attachments, and I've been killing myself trying to find other attachments, but I can only find this one. So I'm stuck with this one, but I think this will work. So yeah, I love this thing. Wait till you see how this works. Hold on, let me get on a stand. All right, I got it all set up. I've got my hot wand here and started the cut already. Actually, wow, I cut pretty far into here already. So can you see this? Let me see if I can get you in a better. Okay. Oh, you're trying to move. The ickiest thing about this is that this mattress is super heavy, and I can't get it out of here, because ideally I could get it out of here, and then I wouldn't have to worry about fumes. But let's see. This blue stuff doesn't want to melt all that much. All right, where's my next hole? All the way over here? Man, I thought I was more stab happy than that. All right. Can I go in a straight line from here to here? That is straight-ish. Next stab hole is over here. And then I can go and clean it all up later as well. That's why I gave myself another 1/2 inch to clean up with. I think the problem is that it's not hot enough, and the heat, I'm not giving it enough time to like reheat up in between, but I don't have the most amount of patience. I'm just gonna do this and see what happens. I'm running out of cable. But so far, there's no fumes, minimal amount of trash mess, I should say. And it's working. Something is working. Something's happening. I was resting it for a bit, letting it heat up. If this was more powerful, then I wouldn't be getting all these little chunks because it would just melt right through. But I think it's cooling off too much. Oh, I'm gonna have to move. I'm running out of cord, so I'm gonna have to move this and then start over. I took a little bit of a break, let this heat up again. There's my mark over there, and I have another mark right there. So that's my straight line. And if I actually take my time with it and let it actually get to the proper temperature, then it does make a nicer cut. It's actually like this. This was when I was letting it do more of the cutting from the heat rather than pure stabbing. This is when I'm just stabbing it. So this is what happens if you stab it. It's a lot cleaner when you don't stab and you let the heat do its job. But for that, I need to like sit and wait and like be bored. And the this blue stuff is a lot more heat resistant than the yellow stuff underneath. So I just have a little bit of blue to get through. And then we'll be down to the yellow stuff, which is a lot easier. Let's see. So this cut I made with my my knife, and this cut's actually really nice. So you could do the whole thing with just a knife too. It's coming along. Well, we are getting there with the hot knife, and I am bending this so that it's giving me that that help that I need, and pulling it out this way, giving my knife time to heat up proper, and just going down. I have to let my knife heat up in between a few strokes, because otherwise, if I try to force it, my knife is actually, not knife, but the wand is actually bending. It's just a little wire, and it actually bent a lot, so then I turned it so that I could bend it back the other way. But it's going. Look at the progress. We're almost done, and then we're just gonna have to clean up the edges. And to clean up the edges, I brought this hot knife out, but this one is not working so well. All it was doing was this. Maybe I'll play around with it a little bit more, but this stuff is very heat resistant. This stuff melts away quicker, so I'll play around with the hot knife a little bit more, but I'm thinking maybe we just go straight to fire. We'll see what works. All right, so smoke alarm works. I got a fan blowing all the smoke. Oh, there it goes again. We're trying to get all the smoke out of here. All right, note to self. Don't set foam on fire while in the motorhome. That's not a good thing. But the good thing is, I know that works. Yay! We're all done. Ta-da! I have a bed. And I'm gonna pull in this slide out. So the slide out is still clunky, but sounds a little bit better. It doesn't feel like it is struggling as much as before. And I did lube up some stuff. All the stuff I could see, I lubed up. But that's where it ends, and we have a perfect fit. So now I don't have to worry about lifting up the mattress anymore in order to get all this to fit. Oh, so much nicer. A little bit of an adventure, but things wouldn't be fun if it wasn't an adventure. So this is how much extra room a slide out gives. I like my slide outs. I still have to work on them some more. I need diagrams. I need to know where is what, so I can figure out what I need to take apart in order to fix the way it sounds and all that. I don't want to just willy-nilly start taking things apart, because a lot of the stuff is like permanently put in there, and which probably means you're not supposed to take apart, but I don't know. So, but look, it's nice. So the key thing is, don't try to make the edges look perfect. It's gonna be all covered up anyways. You're not gonna feel it any different. It's not gonna feel any different. It's not gonna look any different. It's, just as long as you do a half decent job, don't worry about making it look pretty afterwards. Trying to make it look pretty afterwards is what got me into trouble. So I'll tell you what ended up happening. This was the best tool. And, you know what I should do is I should give a final thing of showing you. No, you guys got it. Basically, don't just try to use this to cut. This works best when you already have a starting cut, and then you're able to pull those two pieces apart, and where, when you pull it apart enough to where you see those stretch lines in between, and then you only use this to sever those stretch lines. And when it does that, there is minimal actual burning involved, which means minimal fumes. I want to say no fumes when you're doing it right, because as soon as this touches that stretched out part, it just like melts like butter all the way through. So the key is this isn't to burn it through. This is just to sever that stretched out part, and it worked beautifully for it, and it was perfect. The only thing is it wasn't powerful enough, so it would get too cool, and then I would have to pause and let it heat up again to have it working optimally. But this was definitely a really good way to go, other than just using a knife and stuff. But this cuts so much better. Don't use that. This thing's whole purpose is to melt, and melting gave off a ton of fumes. And don't use fire. Oh, I'm probably the only person that would try this. But I wasn't trying to cut it with that. It was just
you know, all the little nubbins that were hanging off. I thought maybe this will just, you know, disintegrate those little nubbins to nothing and just be a quick and easy way to like give a nice smooth finish was what I was thinking. But no, things caught on fire and stuff. And then what I didn't count on too was I'm sitting on the floor doing this and all the fumes were rising up to the top. So I had a big thing of smoke up here and I didn't realize it because I'm down here until I stood up, and then I was like, oh. And then I was like, wait a second, why aren't any of my alarms going off? You know, I could be dying right now. Nothing's telling me. So I have a carbon monoxide a thing over here. This never went off. So either it's stupid or defective or I don't know, or the fumes that were coming out weren't carbon monoxide. But then, do I not have a smoke alarm in here? I do not have a smoke alarm in here. So this is good. This was an impromptu testing of my smoke safety system. So this was my smoke alarm, and this did go off, but it went off way after I noticed that I had smoke in here, and it went off and it worked really well. So very happy with that, and wondering if I should put another one of those in the bedroom. Although, I mean, when am I really going to be setting things on fire again? Yeah, I know. Probably tomorrow. Anyways, this experiment was a success. It works. Everything was fine. I now can walk through here, no problems. It was so much nicer to cut out. We ended up cutting out 5 inches of foam, and you can see it was basically a really nice even cut all the way through. I did have this that I don't know, it was somewhere, I don't know where it was somewhere, and I did another little sliver cut out. But yeah, now I gotta see, what can I use this for? Is there anything I can use this for? Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering, I hate this mattress. Even with all of my toppers on top, it's not soft enough for me. This is too firm. This is super soft and nice, but you only get that much of it. And then this is so firm. I hate this thing. Look, boing, boing, boing. Anyways, do not like this mattress, but I'll live with it. It'll be fine. Thank you for joining me today. And I will see you in the next adventure. Bye.